Hey guys, welcome to the channel and thank you for watching. Premier League match week 33 is here and this is my preview for all the games. Stay until the end and you won't be disappointed. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. 1 second only to help the channel and it will be much appreciated. This is squeaky bums time. Remember what Sir Alex Ferguson used to say? It's only like 6 games to go until the end of the season. Games are coming thick and fast. Some teams still in European competitions. So we're gonna have games right now like every 3 days or so. So stay tuned, be ready because it's going to be very tough. And the race for European places is just getting tougher and tougher every single game. And let's be honest, the Premier League this season been very weak. Who would have thought that Manchester City would have struggled this way? Everybody also expected Arsenal to win the league when Manchester City start fading, but it looks like City are not gonna win it, Arsenal are not gonna win it, and Liverpool are gonna do it. It is what it is. Let's go for some details. Let me remind you the table after 32 games played. Liverpool top of the table, 76 points. Arsenal second, 63 points. Newcastle United are third with 59 points. Nottingham Forest are fourth with 57 points. Manchester City are fifth, 55 points. So the 5 first teams here are going to the Champions League. Chelsea are 6th with 54 points. The same amount of points with number 7 Aston Villa, 54 of course. Bournemouth are 8th. Fulham are 9th. Brighton are 10th. And Brentford are 11th. So if you look at the point difference between number 6 and number 11, it's still really very close, right? And look at Manchester City, 55. So technically, even Brentford can still dream for top 5. It's very close. So if you lose one game or you draw a game, you drop 2 points, my friend, you can find yourself in the 8th position. You have Crystal Palace 12, Everton 13, Manchester United 14th, Tottenham Hotspurs are 15th, Wolves are 16th, 17th we have West Ham United, 18th Ipswich only 21 points, Leicester City are 19th, 18 points, Southampton are already relegated to the Championship. They only have 10 points. I think Ipswich and Leicester City are gonna get relegated in few days from now. It's bye-bye for every team that came from the Championship last season. It's over for them. They are going back to the Championship where they belong. Let's go to some details for the games. Saturday, April the 19th, 2025. Brentford against Brighton. Let's double check in the last games in the Premier League. Brentford actually drew against Arsenal 1-1. And Brighton actually also drew 2-2 against Leicester City. The two teams, both of them need point. Both of them can qualify for Europe. Brentford playing home, Brighton. I think it's going to be another draw, 2-2. 2-2 draw, yeah. Crystal Palace against Bournemouth. Palace lost heavily against Newcastle United the last time in the Premier League, 5-0. Bournemouth won against Fulham, 1-0. Crystal Palace playing home. They're going to try to bounce back. Bournemouth also kind of back after some very bad result. I think Crystal Palace will win this game 2-1. Everton against Manchester City. Very, very complicated game. It's going to be at Edison Park. The last game for Everton against City at Edison Park. So they're going to try to make life complicated for City and say, you know, we did it in the last game here in our own ground. I think it's going to be a draw. Yeah, Manchester City been up and down, up and down. I know the last game they won convincingly against the Crystal Palace 5-2. But I think it's going to be a draw 2-2. West Ham against Southampton. Southampton are there for numbers. I think they are already on holiday and planning for the championship because they are already relegated. West Ham got beat by Liverpool the last game in the Premier League. So they have to wake up. They're playing in London. I think Graham Potter's boys are going to win this game 3-0. Aston Villa against Newcastle United. Very, very tough game. Two teams that are fighting for top 4, top 5. Newcastle United are very good. They look like unstoppable at the moment, but they're playing at Villa Park. Okay? Aston Villa actually are out of the Champions League. They have to focus now on making sure that they qualify for the Champions League next season. Unai Emery is going to try everything. Eddie Howe still ill, so he's not going to be on the bench. I think Aston Villa will just edge this. It's going to be a 2-1 win for Aston Villa. Let's now move to games on Sunday, April the 20th, 2025. Okay, so Sunday, let's go. How many games do we have on Sunday? The first one is going to be Chelsea against Fulham. Chelsea are not doing good at the moment. They dropped point against Ipswich, one of the worst teams. It was 2-2 at Stamford Bridge. They also drew against Brentford 0-0. They only beat like Tottenham Hotspurs because it's Spursy, and they beat also Leicester City. So they're just beating the worst teams. They can't really compete against any decent team. The other night, they lost even at Stamford Bridge against Legia Warsaw. Fulham, of course, they lost the last game against Bournemouth 1-0, but they are very strong, more organized, more experienced than Chelsea Football Club. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. Chelsea are going to drop more points because in this stage of the competition, a draw is almost the same as a loss. For a loss, you lose 3 points. For a draw, you lose 2 points. So it's going to be like a loss for Chelsea. And the Champions League spot is going to be saying goodbye. Ipswich against Arsenal. Arsenal really don't care anymore. They're going to qualify for the Champions League next season anyways. They are in the semi-finals of the Champions League this season. They could go and win it. So This game is gonna be, against Ipswich away, one of the worst teams in the country. They're gonna rotate. They're gonna play a lot of kids, but I feel like Arsenal will do it. You know, even with a heavy rotation, Arsenal are gonna win this game. They're gonna make sure that all their players are fit and prepared for the PSG game. I know it's still, you know, a few weeks to go for the Champions League and all that, but they have to think ahead, right? So I think Arsenal are going to win this game 2-1 against Ipswich away. Manchester United against Wolves. United the other night in the Europa League, it was a miracle. They managed to win the last minute in the extra time. So congratulations them for making it to Europa League semi-finals. I think that is their best way of going back to the Champions League next season if they win Europa League. So the Premier League doesn't mean anything for them at the moment. It's just about pride and building some confidence and momentum and feel-good factor. But playing at Old Trafford against Wolves, I think they're going to be pumped and they're going to win this game. Manchester United 3, Wolves 1. Leicester City against Liverpool. Leicester City already have 1 foot into the championship. Liverpool wanna close the deal, make the deal, shake hands, and wait for the trophy to be given to them. So they're gonna beat Leicester City away. We can't really even waste time here. Liverpool 3, Leicester City 0. And then the last game for match week 33 is gonna be on Monday. Tottenham Hotspurs against Nottingham Forest. It's going to be at Tottenham Hotspur's stadium. Listen, this is the same case. Tottenham Hotspurs will try to save their players, give them some rest. They don't wanna risk anything. They don't want anybody to get injured or anything. They're gonna put all their effort to Europa League because they are in the semi-finals. So it's gonna be a less, a lot of rotation. That's what I meant. Nottingham Forest have 1 goal and 1 goal only. Qualify for the Champions League. They lost the last game actually in the Premier League at home 1-0 against Everton. They will try everything to get a result at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I think this game is going to be a 2-2 draw.